I don't know what you're growling at, but I want you to stop it. Stop. She thinks she's all high and mighty because she gets her own bed tonight. Anyway, so, okay. Hi, Mark, Marie, Brooke, and Donna, Aunt Yoling, Nona. The signal may be crappy. I had to connect to the hotel's Wi-Fi just to do the live broadcast. So today was much, much, much better than yesterday. Yesterday's walk wasn't so bad. It was just the end of the day and last night that kind of sucked eggs. Last night, I showed you my campsite. I had to string up my tent hammock in a place that wasn't great. At some point last night, I think it was around midnight-ish, the straps on my tent, on the hammock, one of them gave way. I woke up and I felt something underneath me, and it turned out it was the ground. My hammock had completely sunk down to the ground. So I unzipped the door and climbed out on the ground on my hands and knees. Hi, honey. To fix it. Well, since it had touched the ground, and I had fed Mollie under my tent, which I usually do all the time, the fire ants out here are real, and the tent was completely covered with fire ants all over the outside of it. They got all over my hands and my feet. I brushed them all off. Got bit a few times. Fixed the tent. Got back in the tent. Mollie couldn't find a good place to sleep. She can't get in the tent with me because her nails will cut the canvas and we'll both end up sleeping on the ground. So I had to let her tether all the way out and put her bed about 10 feet away from the tent so that she wasn't anywhere near the ants. And she finally got some good sleep. Hopefully she did. I heard her out growling and barking at stuff all night, but there's nothing I could do about that. So later, I guess it was about 3 or 4 in the morning. I couldn't sleep. Well, let me back up. I couldn't fall asleep to begin with because it was so hot and muggy and sweaty and gross. We were right next to a big waterfall. That might have had something to do with the humidity. I don't know. But it was so hot and muggy. So my sleeping bag and hammock tent. Yeah, see, now it says my signal is weak. How can I have a weak signal if I'm on Wi-Fi? Anyway, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to hold it up here. Maybe that'll help. Okay, so I just figured out why I have a weak connection. My phone is set up to where it only downloads updates when I'm connected to Wi-Fi. So it is currently also downloading updates at the same time. So maybe when it's done, the signal will clear up. But anyway, didn't have my sleeping bag. So at about 4 o'clock in the morning, it's starting getting cold. Go figure. So I had to get back out to get my sleeping bag, which I did. And I figured while I'm here, I'll go ahead and go pee. So I walked over to the edge where I swear I was standing earlier when the sun was out. And there's no sound. Yes, the room is nice. Let me know if you guys get sound. Of course, you wouldn't hear that if you didn't have sound. Any sound now? Still no sound? Okay, well, I'm sorry for those who can't hear me. But anyway, so I walked over to go pee, and I was standing in some sand, and I started peeing, and like midstream, mid-pee, my legs just lit up. I guess I was standing in an anthill that I never even knew was there. I'm not going to close the video and come back because it's the Wi-Fi here. It's going to be just as bad. What the heck? I did not push a button, and all of a sudden it spun around. So anyway, I got up to go pee, standing in some sand, started peeing, and boom, my legs and my feet are on fire. So again, in the middle of the night, I'm attacked by ants all up and down my legs, all over my hands. So I dusted them all off, poured cold water on my leg, all off of there, took my flashlight and my tent. Somebody's outside playing with a horn. Took my flashlight to my tent with my towel, dusted all the ants off the outside of the tent that I could get off the outside of the tent, and went back to sleep. Now it says Wi-Fi disconnected. Alright, we're just going to have to try to do this with good old 4G. I'm going to stand by the door, hopefully I get better 4G over here. Yeah. Got back in the tent with my sleeping bag. Went to sleep. My alarm goes off at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I decided, no, I'm not going to try to sleep any longer. I'm going to go ahead and get up. So I got a nice early, about 7 o'clock start this morning, and knocked out 9 miles quick, real fast. Dad called and wanted to find me a hotel. We were trying to make it a short day. It ended up being 14 miles. Anyway, but the funny part about that is I was walking along, and these two guys pull up to me in the car, and they said, "Hey man, you want some lunch? We're cooking lunch down here. It's kind of a family reunion thing, and you're more than welcome to come." I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So about a block away I walked. They had these really good beef sandwiches with that, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, the orgeat sauce. It's like beef juice that you dip the sandwich in. Anyway, really good stuff. Ate the heck out of that. Then the guy was like, well, before I even ate, he said, I mentioned something about how I must smell like a truck stop bathroom. And they let me take a shower. They let me do all my laundry. Really nice people. I'm going to post pictures. There's way too many people there for me to remember any of their names, so I apologize for not having their names. But they're really nice people. They're going to start watching. They're going to start following me and sharing and stuff. So that's really cool. So the other bad news thing was I went to push my cart this morning. After I got it all loaded up, it wouldn't move. Flat tire on the front. Luckily, when I was at Brian Regina's, I ordered some inner tubes, but and I still have an inner tube patch kit, so I have to fix this one. I'll patch that one. That way, it'll be my third spare, my last resort spare, because I don't trust those patches anyway. Hey, that's him right there, Brandon. He's a great guy. He's the one driving the car that came and got me. I thought his name was Brennan when I first met him, like my boy, but it's not. It's Brandon, and he's type 1 like my son. So I thought that was pretty cool. Not cool that you have diabetes, but cool. But yeah, so they let me take a shower. They fed me. Great people, great conversation. Helped me load up the Freedom stroller and give me a ride to my hotel. But my bad, they gave me a wrong ride to the wrong hotel. So I still ended up having to walk those miles that I was trying to cheat. I just had to walk them backwards. So I still ended up walking the 14 miles. Yeah, it was his wife's parents' house, I believe. They had just moved in. They didn't know me from Adam, and they were just like, yeah, come on in. Wash your stinky butt in our shower and wash your stinky man-smelling clothes in our washing machine, which I probably ruined. But they're just great people. And I'm back. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you again, Brandon. That was awesome. You guys, you really, when you have a bad day and something great like that happens at the end, it's awesome. I was trying to walk today. I walked about 10 miles until I saw you guys at, with 2 hours sleep. I had very little water when I saw y'all. I was sitting there and come out of the house with a big old glass of iced tea for me and gave me great mood change. It was definitely it was kind of like I don't know. It was like I was being tested, and at the end of the day, that was my reward for sticking with it. It was pretty awesome. Dad found me this room, and I really appreciate it, Pop. It's nice having a comfy bed after sleeping with ants all night. I love you guys. The signal's real weak. It keeps going in and out. I can't do much about it. I'm just going to make this a short video today. The only thing that happened today that was worth talking about was Brandon and his family. There you go. There's their names right there. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, you guys were great. It was awesome. There were so many smiling faces and very happy, gleeful children at first. Then I think they started to get a little tired. But thank you. You guys treated me like family when I left. It was I didn't even want to go. It felt like I was leaving family. Super nice, super cool people. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is a short video, I know. I'm sorry, but I'm going to go ahead and call it. I'm tired. Mollie's tired. I got to eat. I got to shower again because the last 2 miles sweated me up again. But I love everybody. Make sure you call your veterans. Make them smile. Please share the page. Share these videos. If you missed the beginning of this video, you can go back and rewatch it on my page at Walk to N22. We got to bring these numbers down. I love all y'all very much. Thank you so much for your support and believing in me. Deuces.